Well, for the video case, we are each going to answer a question where we will give the point of view of the whole team, but we're just going to separate them so that it is easier. And my question was to identify the many variables that a hospital needs to consider in layout design. And well, we came up with the conclusion that it needs to take in consideration the nurses, the information movement, the movement of the patients, the movement of the medicine, movement of doctors, movement of nurses, the distances between every patient and the nurses, and especially the distances between every room and the center of nurses and doctors.
And then the second question was, what are the advantages of the circular output design over the traditional linear hallway layout found in most hospitals? Well, we talk a lot about some hospitals that we find here, and the biggest advantage is like the circle output can give you the advantage of the nurses to be closer to the patient, so they can really be more fast in the needs that they have, and they can walk in 14 feet at the most, which is like a really good advantage compared to other hospitals.
About the third question, it was about to consider a hospital in your area and what kind of layout does the hospital have. So I took Incan Hospital in Mexico. So it's the biggest cancer hospital in Mexico. It's one of the most efficient hospitals in the country. It attends to thousands, and it has a computer systems that provides all the information of all the patients that the doctor can need, and it also has a similar pod design.
And well, my question is about how the servicescape is important for the layout design, and what we think is important because for the servicescape you need to focus on what's the client's experience you want them to have, and for this you need to know that, so that you can make a layout design that that can provide information that will make the people know that what you have. For example, they mentioned about the hospital having beds for the family members, big windows, and things like that. It's important to consider when you make the layout design, so people can understand what are you willing to have and how you're planning to accommodate it.